Hi, Daniel from Ashville here. It's truck review time again. Today we have a Scania P410 8x4 tipper. Let's have a look. This is a Euro 6 13 litre 410 brake horsepower straight 6-cylinder diesel engine. She achieves her maximum torque of 2,150 between 1,000 and 1,300 RPM. Tyre-wise, we sit on 295/80s. The design capacity of the first axle is 7,500 kilograms. The second axle, 7,500 kilograms. The third axle, 10,500 kilograms. And the fourth axle, 10,500 kilograms. You'll see the rear of this truck sits on a 4x41 leaf system. This means we have 4 leaf springs, each of them 41mm thick. The front axles sit on a 3x29, which means we have 3 leaves and each of them are 29mm thick. If you look closely on the side of the engine here, you'll see there's an engine cover protecting any debris from flying up and causing any damage to the engine. We really like this. This lorry is a construction spec, so it'll be in and out of the muck tip, and we feel this protection is essential. I'm going to take advantage of one of the great features on this truck. Scania have fitted these on the side of the cab, so when driving this lorry, you have access to have a look in the body. You can have a look to see if you've been overloaded, have a look to see what you've actually been loaded with, or you can have a look to see if you've got any residue left in the body from the last load which you tipped. Great feature. On the front of the truck, we have the unit for the AEB, which is the automatic emergency braking system. This uses GPS and radar to stop the truck in an emergency if the driver should fail to stop. Down here, we have the gearbox. Scania call this the GRS 905 box, which is a 12-speed box with 2 reverse gears and 2 crawler gears. This is what's called a vision door, or as we like to call it, a London door. This is a cutout in your passenger side door, which enables you to have a better view of all vulnerable road users. Something important to note, there is a compromise. Once you have this fitted, you cannot actually wind this window up and down. It's a trade-off, but for us, it's definitely worth it for increased safety for all other road users. This is the part where I tell all drivers not to get lazy, because we have full LED lighting. Press one button and the truck goes through all your lights one by one, and you can see what's working and what isn't. Let's have a look inside. As soon as I jump in the cab, the first thing I notice is the vision we have from the driver's seat. This is part of the Scania New Gen. It has the wraparound windscreen, it has the reduced size pillars, and it has the dashboard which slopes forward. You'll see, having a look at my seat, I've got this cool little badge here, XT. XT is a construction package and it incorporates a couple of things. You have a 150mm protruding bumper, you have a matte black front grille, and you have light covers. This is all part of Scania's construction spec to make the lorry look a lot more aggressive and rugged. So this is what Scania call the P day cab. There is a great little center console here, what's great for all your paperwork. There is another area up here, good for bits and pieces, and there is some space behind the driver's seat and the passenger seat. However, I would have thought that Scania would have put a little bit more storage in here, like some of the other manufacturers have done with their new generation trucks. They've traded storage with hooks. These are all hooks for your clothing. If you decide to come to work and you change clothes at work and you want to keep your clothes nice and clean and not creased, I guess this is where you'll hang them all up. It's a great leather steering wheel. It's got all my functions which I can control here on the left and right. The lovely Scania interface. I can see my fuel, I can see my AdBlue, I can see my driving times, and I can actually see what mode our gearbox is in. Moving through our on-screen dashboard, we can have a look at all the features and functions on the truck. We can see our driving time, we can see our oil pressure, we can have a look at our media settings, and we can go through our startup checks. Having a look here, we have the 7-inch Scania Premium display. We have all the touchscreen functions, but we also have manual buttons which we can press as well. And everything we can do here, we can actually do from the steering wheel as well also. We have 2 SD card slots. We have multiple USB charging points. We have your ordinary charging points here as well. And if we move over to this side, we can see the control for all our lighting. So in this lorry, we have automatic lighting, but you could also turn your lighting to manual as well. And we have all our electrical functions to control our mirrors, included heated mirrors, and also including central locking. So some other cool features in this cab. Firstly, the windscreen has a rain sensor, which means when we get a light drizzle, our windshield wipers will come on automatically. Next, we have this great internal sun visor, which can block out the sun for the driver. and we have this blind fitted on the driver door, which also helps vision by blocking out the sun. We move on to all the rubber floor mats, and we even have a central rubber mat here for if you need to climb over this side of the lorry to get over to the other side without causing a massive mess in the center console here. Fortunately for me, we have the premium seat with the shock absorber, which is heated. And of course, we have my favorite, the red seat belt. Now let's go for a drive. So we're off road at the moment, and it is quite bumpy. And I can say that the suspension is tough, but it is very comfortable. I will say the steering does feel really good, but the steering for me does feel a little bit heavier. One of the first things I noticed, I'll say that this truck is a bit louder than some of the other ones that we've reviewed. Perhaps that's because it's a slightly bigger engine, or the engine isn't insulated from the cab as well. But it definitely sounds a bit louder in here. We're changing gears at really low revs. I have good vision from both sides. I pull out, and I put my foot down. That's really good. That's a lot of power, a lot of smooth gear shifting. But like I said, it is a bit loud in here. My driving position is really good. This is a P410, which means this is a 410 brake horsepower engine. This exact same 13-litre engine comes in a 450 brake, and it also comes in a 500. So what Scania can do with the new generation, they can pull up any vehicle anywhere in the world at any time, and they can tell you the fuel consumption of that vehicle. They can tell you the mileage, and they can actually tell you where it is. So based on all the information which they've correlated, they found that in this configuration of an 8x4 tipper used in the United Kingdom, they found a 410 burnt the least fuel. So talking a little bit about the features on this truck, we have the lane assist to help us when changing lanes, and we also have the emergency braking system. Other than that, the truck kind of does what it says on the tin. We don't have some of the new functions or features that we see on some of the other manufacturers, but what I will say we have with this is a rough and ready truck that is ready to work. Plenty of power, some good beefy suspension, and I'll say from an experience point of view, I'd say this truck has reliability. What I can say with this lorry is it's got plenty of power, and you can really feel that power under your foot. Not only can we feel the power, we can actually hear it. And you can hear that 13-litre lump roaring. For us, the Scania P410 8x4 tipper has a good engine, good driver cockpit, good drivability, and it looks like it's been built strong to last long. Slight reservations, I would say there's a lack of storage in the cab, and I would say it can get a little bit noisy in there when you put your foot down. But overall, this no-nonsense brew does exactly what it says on the tin and is ready for work. Thanks for watching. Leave your comments down below and let us know what you think. Also, let us know what you'd like to see us review in the future. Click here for the Ashville website. Click here to subscribe to our channel. Click here to see another review, and click here to see a drag race involving this vehicle.